Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Hey, shout out to the boys at Circle D. Man, what a bunch of great guys out there.
Circle D.
Yeah, it's a converter.
Okay.
Shit. Can't have something like that in the back.
There you go.
See? Can't have that in the back. Now, and then he drops it.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
That car came in with no cam in it and made the same horsepower as the one that we just baselined. Badinger's car with cold air and headers made 603 590 compared to the orange car that we just baselined. Think about it. And then all we did was put a cam in Badinger's, and we went from 603 to 699 rear wheel horsepower, 590 to 747. And as you can see, our boost is literally, it's just more efficient because we put the cam in it, we spun it just a little bit harder. But as you can see, it's not like we picked up 4 pounds of boost to get us to 100 horsepower. You know, did we even change the pulley on that car? Badinger's?
I don't think so.
The boost graph looks a lot. Oh, hold on. I'm getting my stuff backwards here. That's why it looks better, sorry. No, it's all right. We kept the boost level identically the same, meaning we spun the blower at the same speed. The green, it makes more on the baseline because there was no camshaft in it. Once we put the cam in it, it eats a little bit of boost up, which I know this looks like a lot, but it's literally only like 1 pound difference. So it's not that big of a difference. But adding the camshafts makes it more efficient, which is why it ate up a pound of boost. So literally we picked up, I mean, we're calling it 96 rear wheel horsepower from just putting a camshaft in it. Cool little setup. And that car does have ethanol on it when it came with, when he dropped it off, it came with a flex fuel sensor on it. He was running 30% ethanol. Fuel pressure was dropping a little bit on the high side. So obviously by us putting the camshaft in it, we put a 38% fuel lobe on it, spins the mechanical fuel pump 38% more, hence giving us good fuel pressure, and I kept it on 30% ethanol when I tuned it. So I want to say on pump gas it made 656, and then or 660 I think, and then I put 30% E in it, which I think you got on film when Frankie was adding the gas to it. Then we got the alcohol up to 30%, and that's where we ended up with 699 and 747 torque. If he wanted to run more ethanol, a car like that would need either the big bore pump and big injectors and or a meth kit. And in his case, he didn't want to do either of those. He was happy with that number, so that's where we shipped it at.
Just for some backstory.
Yeah.
Talking about that car.
Oh yeah, the orange one?
Came in.
So that one came
from another, it was originally built from another shop.
Yep. It's supposed to be their 850 package is what they called it. And that's why, guys, people, when y'all see stuff online, and those of you that are watching this that do price match or try to, hey, they have an 850 package and they have an 850 package. There might be a difference why the price is different. They might not all use the exact same parts, and even if they do, 9 times out of 10 they don't. And there's other things involved. So he claimed to have an 850 package from another shop, and we just baselined his car. 3 back-to-back pulls, and as you can see, it was 614, 616, 607. Now the torque is good, but again, that's their 850 package versus our 800. And if I pull up one of our 850s, like the last one we just finished, check this out. That's our 850 package. 782.
This one.
Yeah. So our 850 package is the red one I just pulled up. Let me delete those so that confuse y'all. And I'll show y'all boost too. So we actually spin the blowers harder. Our 850 package, obviously we are putting it more on the edge for our customers that are doing more racing. So obviously big horsepower difference. Our air fuel is pretty close to where they had it. And then boost levels obviously is the big difference. You go from 12 pounds of boost to 18 pounds of boost. So this is our race port. Where this car came in, the supercharger is completely stock. So when they sell their 850 package, again, I don't know the price of it or what they do, it didn't include a ported supercharger, which ours does. Ours also includes a 103 throttle body, and ours also includes a 5-inch air box, where this car had, I think, ported heads on it, but stock supercharger, stock throttle body, and an AFE air box. But that's a good comparison of our 850 package, both of them automatics, both on 93 octane. Yeah, and as far as parts go, the main difference from what I can tell tearing that car apart is that car has ported heads on it. Ours has a ported supercharger, bigger throttle body, and a bigger air box. And obviously we're spinning our supercharger a little bit harder. If I had to guess, our camshaft is different than their camshaft too.
So they're not getting it. They're actually getting what? Not 850.
No, 607. I mean, here, let's just do the math real quick. Let's just be on the high side. Let's give them 20%. 607 times 1.2. That's 728 flywheel horsepower. Where our 782 times 1.2, we're at actually 938 for our 850 package, which is crazy. So we should be calling our 850 package our at least 900 horsepower package. But like I've told y'all before in the past, I've changed this package so much and technology's evolved. I still call it our 850. We probably should change it to our 900.
Is that with the lid?
That is with a billet lid. So that is another difference. You're right. Ported blower, 103 throttle body, 5-inch air box, and a billet lid versus a stock blower, stock throttle body.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, big difference.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Come on around here, Dean. I just got done installing Kong's upgraded bricks for the LS9 plus the divider.
What's the divider do?
Well, that's the secret weapon.
Oh.
It picks up more. I can't tell you how much more it picks up by adding the divider, because I'm at confidentiality. But that's the secret weapon. But you can't see it.
Can't see it. So sometimes this isn't here.
Correct. Went from the stock LS9 bricks that always have a problem, end up cracking and leaking at any given time. It doesn't matter if it's on a dyno, sitting in your garage, or driving down the road, they break. They were just, that was their downfall. Up to the little bit more capacity of the Kong with the special divider. We're not too far from putting the lid on top of the blower, and not too far from wrapping it up and getting it underway so it can go on the dyno and go rip some rubber on the road, you know?
Go rip some what?
Rubber. Rip some tread, rip some rubber. eat up a little bit of them Mustangs.
Oh, nice, dude.
We'll see if we get another one out there that wants to play. So y'all stay tuned, and it'll be up before you know it.
2010 C6 ZR1, son.
2010.
C6 ZR1, Mr. Gerland's low mileage car. We probably did headers and cold air on it probably 4 or 5 years ago. He brought it back for just general maintenance, and then obviously we did our race port with the LS9 supercharger. So we did the full port, we did the upgraded bricks in the supercharger, as well as we did the billet divider. And I want to say it was making roughly 600 rear wheel horsepower before. This car is still a 93 octane. And now we got it up to 701 rear wheel horsepower. My torque signal messed up, so I didn't get a torque reading, but I did get a horsepower with 701. If you see the one that didn't read the torque signal, you can see how it was all over the place. So it showed 740, but it really didn't make that. But the torque is, let me get you a torque number so it's pretty close. Yeah, 560, roughly 560 torque. And that was on that pull. But this car literally has no camshaft in it. It sounds like a stock car until you get on it, because it has headers on it with the factory dual mode mufflers on it. Yeah, Mr. Gerland, he uses it. It's a weekend toy. He has plenty of other cars to drive, but for your average guy to hop in a car and drive it, you know, with the exhaust shut, it's quiet. Like, it sounds like a bone stock car. And if someone pulls up next to you on 93 octane, it's making 701 rear wheel horsepower. I mean, that's sick.
Exhaust
Very
shut, does that affect performance at all?
Yeah, it'll open once you floor it.
Oh.
You know, it's one of those.
Oh, okay, okay.
The old C6s do that. Above 3,500, they'll open. And like I said, his car is super quiet with it closed. And then, like I said, you open it up when you want to have some fun.
Oh.
But it's not like all the other Corvettes we built here where they're sitting there camming, you know, chopping it idle. You pull up at a stoplight, you would think this car is stock. Real cool car. Very cool build, and I know Mr. Gerland's going to love it, because that much horsepower and that much torque on the factory tires are kind of sketchy. Kind of sketchy. So when he brought it back to us for maintenance, one of the supercharger bricks was leaking. So right after this pull, it only made 590. You could actually feel it in the car misfiring, and that was the coolant leaking out into the bricks into the supercharger, obviously causing the motor to not run properly. So once we got on the rack and started tearing it apart for the blower, we realized, thank you, Anthony, to go ahead and upgrade the supercharger bricks. But yeah, I mean, that is roughly what it was making before. Now, and that's not turning the boost up, but only, I think, 2 or 3 pounds. It's really in the port of the supercharger. We opened it up quite a bit. We left the same pulley, same upper on it. It still has a stock lower pulley on it. So
wow.
You're talking 100 rear wheel horsepower gain from the new race port and the 103 throttle body. We put a larger throttle body on it. Yep. I hope we don't tell customers they need to pull over and add this stuff on the side of the road, because that would be frustrating. For those of you running high boost and 91 octane, add this to your tank of gas and it'll get you up to 98 to 100 octane with Corvettes, like 16 gallons. Is that a good enough sales pitch?
That's good.
Okay. Mr. Gerland's son, y'all saw in a previous video with the clean black C8 that is supposed to come back hopefully first or second week of February to get a Pro Charger put on it. I've known the Gerlands for quite a long time, Jimmy in particular. I talked about it in future stuff. We street raced a long time ago. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below. It really helps that algorithm. Give it a thumbs up too, guys. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Again, sorry not that much action. Still raining outside, but we do have a lot of cars outside with a lot of horsepower just waiting to be test driven. So turn on bell notifications for future content. Until next time.